It could take a month to get all of the oil off, and at this time of year, a storm is likely before the tanker is empty. Lee McCarthy, NBC News, Boston.
There is word tonight that the pilot of the plane that crashed into Baltimore Stadium yesterday had buzzed the stadium earlier in a different plane. An FAA spokesman said the pilot had rented the first plane at a nearby airport, buzzed the stadium, and then flew to another airport. There, he rented the plane that crashed. Ford Rowan reports.
It happened 6 minutes after the end of the football game. The light plane had circled the stadium, had flown low over the field, had tried to climb up over the stands, then had crashed into the upper deck. The pilot was pulled from the plane and firemen sprayed foam on the wreckage to prevent fire and explosion. This morning, a state police helicopter lifted the plane from the stadium's upper deck. Firemen and spectators were talking about how lucky it was that the Baltimore Colts had lost the football game so badly. If they had won, fans would have still been celebrating in the stadium. As it was, everyone had left the area and only 2 policemen suffered minor injuries. The pilot, 33-year-old Donald Kroner, was hospitalized under police guard. He's in fair condition. Federal aviation authorities had revoked his pilot's license 4 years ago for mental instability, but he had been recertified to fly 2 months ago. Baltimore officials said they plan to charge Kroner with reckless flying, which carries a maximum fine of $500 and 90 days in jail. Ford Rowan, NBC News, Baltimore.
On Wall Street today, the Dow Jones Industrial Averages dropped almost 7 points, and the price of an average share on the New York Exchange fell 20 cents. The price of coffee is going up again. General Foods said today that the wholesale price of Maxwell House ground coffee will increase 20 cents a pound on January the 3rd.
You know, when you stay active and work hard, you might overdo it now and then. And this overexertion or everyday stress and strain may bring on a nagging backache. That's when Doan's Pills could help.
Script's present ownership. For the time being, the Library of the British Museum has taken custody of the box and its priceless contents. Bob Dyke for CBS News, London.
That pilot whose plane crashed into Memorial Stadium just after the Colts-Steelers playoff game yesterday is going to be charged with reckless flying. The 33-year-old pilot, Donald Kroner, and 2 policemen were the only ones injured, none seriously. Just a few minutes before that crash in Baltimore, hundreds of people had sat in the upper stands where the plane crashed. Today, the wreckage was airlifted out. Police said Kroner, an unemployed bus driver, had buzzed the stadium in a different plane shortly before the crash. He also faces an earlier charge of buzzing a restaurant owned by a Colts player. Anthony Ulasewicz, the former New York cop who became a Watergate bag man, went on trial in federal court in Brooklyn today for tax evasion. He's accused of not reporting $41,000 income he got as a member of the White House plumbers team. A number of Watergate figures are expected to testify: G. Gordon Liddy, John Dean, John Ehrlichman, Herbert Kalmbach, and James McCord. In Hanover, 2 middleweights were slugging it out for the West German amateur title. And watch who loses.